Today we walked the Hospitales route, which is the best known day of the Camino Primitivo. We were a little worried about the challenges it might present, but it was definitely worth it.
The uphill's starting right away today.
Es una buena subida que buen camino.
So we're climbing the Hospitales route. So far it's been straight uphill, and that's what we're continuing. And that's what we expected. Because today we're climbing over the top of the mountains and then we go back down over the next couple days. We've got roaming rabbit and Peppy Plum in front of us here.
Professor Pack behind.
That's right. We had a momentary moment of panic. The sign says to go this way. We are. And then there's a gate, but the gate's just to keep the animals in. We're going this way. So it's kind of cool. We're going to be hiking through a field with probably cows and sheep. Our albergue last night was a really good one, the Casa Herminia. Herminia has invested a lot in that albergue, and she's a big supporter of the Camino. She gave us some really good advice about how to tackle today's leg, and I think it was really helpful. We knew the views today were going to be good because that's why people go this way. There's an option to go around the top of the mountain through Pola de Allende, and about half the people take that option. Everybody takes it when the weather's bad, and about half the people take it when the weather's good, because this is supposedly so hard, and maybe it will be because we've just started. I don't want to get cocky, but for us, with the weather we have today, there was no other option but going over the top. This is not the kind of place where you want to fall. But, wow.
Buen camino.
Buen camino.
The Muddy Buddies this is their last stage, and they're going to turn around at some point and go back the other way. Which will be sad for us and them, I think. But that's definitely how the Camino is. People are in and out. Most people don't have time to do the whole thing. So they just do what they can, and they come back and do the next part the next time they can. The first one. So the hospitals aren't the attraction, obviously, it's the route, okay? This is the first one. It's got a little present right here. Somebody made a deposit. And then here's the ruins of the hospital. First, and look at the background. Oh my goodness. Amazing. The girls were so excited at the site.
Molly,
there they are.
Molly, Hospital número 1.
The views from up here. You can see that direction. We've met up with some other... Oh, these are guys we already know. Been kind of in step with these guys for a few days. It's normally so cloudy up here you can't see anything. They're saying this is very rare to have this weather here. One of these guys just said this is his 4th time to be up here, and this is the first time he's been able to see anything. It's usually too cloudy. So exciting. All right.
Un refugio.
We're here. Look at that. I mean, awesome.
We found some shade, so we're having a snack. Gonna sit down for a minute. A lot of bikes on the Primitivo. I don't know how they do it. It's so rocky. So that trail going up is where we're heading next. Gonna keep climbing. So this was the first hospital where they could stop, and then it continues on. I think on a lot of days the wind across here is pretty tough, but there's absolutely none today. Where's the horse? Awesome. He's a productive horse, I can tell you that. Yeah, that's probably a wild horse. These hills and mountains, whatever they are, have wild horses. There he is up there. We'll get a little better view in a minute. We were wrong. Not one wild horse, a whole herd. That's who's pooping up here. It's not cows. It's wild horses. How much better can it get? Wild horses, a whole herd, right here on the path. Oh, look at the foal. Oh my gosh! There's like 50.
Wow.
I only thought there were like 3. Oh my goodness. We don't want to stop. Let's just gradually go. Oh my gosh. It's like all different sizes. I hear some up the hill. Molly. No, they're used to us. These are horses. So this one might have been a little newer than the last one, so it's in better shape. These hospitals were refuges for medieval pilgrims who walked this route 12 months a year through all kinds of weather and without the high-tech gear that we have to make it easier for us today.
De Valparaíso. And you can see why they would call this Valparaíso.
Yeah, which is something Paradise?
Paradise Valley.
Paradise Valley. That's it right there. Yep, it is. Well named. here on this top part, we're going to do some up and down because we're going, you know, across the crest here. So, hasta la próxima. See, there we are. Yep. See. All right. See you guys. Mucho suerte de conoceros. Hasta luego. All right. So that was it. Crest. We're about halfway through the stage, so they're going to go back the other way. And we're going to continue on. Well, I didn't want to leave them. It was nice having them. Now it's just the three of us. We're still up on the crest. I expect to be up here about another 3 kilometers. That's our view over there. Green, green, green. On this side it's more rocky. This is the first of the rocky stuff that we've really seen. So here's another group. This is both cows and horses. Come off that, and we just see this, arrows pointing to nowhere, because that's where we're going.
The road will be 4 times.
Oh well. So we grow back our toes later.
The way down was long and hard. The rocks that we were walking on were pretty slippery, so on the really steep parts, it made it a little bit scary, but overall the scenery was still amazing. Wildflowers everywhere.
Yay!
One thing that made today a little bit easier is that the taxi driver that dropped us off at the church this morning took our backpacks to the country house where we're staying tonight, so we didn't have to carry them all day. Pablo had our food and drinks in his backpack, but other than that, all our stuff went to the country house, so we didn't have to carry it, and that did make the day easier.
Yeah.
While we're in the shade for a minute, we can look up. You can see the very top of that steep path that we just came down. That is where the road crossed. So that wasn't the steepest part, but it was a steep part. The part right before that was way steeper. It was probably the most difficult path I've ever been on. So keep that in mind if you are doing the Hospitales route, that the second half is the hard half, the way down. Now we're going back out onto what I'm assuming is private property through a barbed wire maze with a bunch of rocks. Looking for Lago. We're about 3 kilometers from Lago, and from what we hear, there's a place for a drink in Lago.
There wasn't.
This is how the trail's been most of the way down. Some worse, some better. But you can't make great time, so allow plenty of time if you're coming down from the Hospitales it's not going to be a fast journey. At long last, we have made it. We are here. This is our home for the night. Most of the peregrinos look like they're staying at the albergues in town. We're staying here, which we hope is worth it, because there was extra steps.
Today was so packed full with wild horses and amazing views, there wasn't time to include the wonderful hotel we stayed in. You'll get to see that next video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.